little bit of boost here. Yeah, she's got some good power. This EcoBoost engine is no slouch. It's got Good afternoon and welcome back to Peter's Autovlog. Today we're going to get to review and test drive this 2025 Ford F-150 STX Super Crew. But before we go on, I want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this F-150. Big thank you to my friend Tim, and if you guys like to contact them, I'm going to put all their information and a link to their website in the description below. Hey ladies and gentlemen, here we have this 2025 Ford F-150 STX. Now of course the STX is basically one of your lower trims. As for example, here we have an XLT model next to us here. This is basically your next step up, the STX, and after that will be your XLT. So I want to put for you guys to the screen all the trims that we have for 2025, including the starting MSRP. But obviously a pretty good looking truck, especially in this space white. This is a brand new color for 2025. This space white metallic really looks good. Awesome color to have. Now of course this one that we have here with us here is basically a Super Crew, 4 doors with a 5.5 foot bed. This one here is powered by the 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine, which is the standard engines on this STX model. The other engine option on this STX is the normally aspirated V8, the Coyote engine. This one here is a 4x4 model. So we're just walking around, as you can see, really nice looking truck, especially this space white looks great. Love this 20-inch wheels. We'll look at in just a few moments. 4x4 model, as I mentioned. And of course this one here is just a really good looking truck, especially this metallic. The space white looks great with the blue, new, more modern Ford badge. As you can see, us walking around, really good looking truck, especially in this 4-door version with its wheels. Just really nice, modern looking, clean F-150. For 2025, there are some changes that Ford made. As you know, Ford did a mid-cycle refresh for the 2024 F-150, so there's not really any big changes. There's no differences in design or anything like that. Just basically some trims, some colors been dropped, and some minor things have been changed. But there are some little bit of new information as well that they have dropped some of the prices. So for 2025, this is, as I mentioned, one of the brand new colors, really beautiful color. We also got March Gray as also one of the new colors for 2025. And the rest of the changes that we have for 2025 include basically you're looking at the security cockpit, which is no longer standard. Now you have to get it as a dealer installed option on XLT trims and above for $455. That used to be $90 trim or option. We've also lost 2 colors for 2025. We got Avalanche and Darkened Browns, no longer offered for 2025. If you're looking for those colors, no longer available. The Retro Theme Heritage Edition has also been dropped for 2025 as well. Navigation is no longer included in the the XL and XTX trims. No 3-year Blue Cruise available anymore as an option. Also, XTX, XLT, and Lariat models have a slight price drop. And I'm going to put for you guys a little chart that I kind of put together, or actually I've seen before, up on the screen for you guys, so you guys can check out the all the price references for 2025. So just taking a quick look at this XTX version. You can see, guys, really nice the way this looks, especially this space white. We got LED headlights, LED fog lights as well. On this one, we got a bit of a black lower trim here on the bottom with some black toe hooks, as you can see there. We got a really nice black front grille, as you can see, with a new Ford badge. Really looks nice and modern. Obviously, being a lower trim, this is all kind of done in plastic, but overall it does work. Looks good, especially with this space white metallic. Coming around, guys, we got this 20-inch wheels. These are beautiful aluminum wheels, kind of in a dark gray aluminum finish. 20-inch was a pretty good size. We got 275mm hand hook Dyna Pro AT2 tires, as you can see. There's a really nice wheel and tire package. Of course, this has got a standard suspension. This is just a regular 4x4 riding on the regular suspension on this F-150. Coming here, you can see we have the STX little theme here riding on the side sill here with ventilation. This is kind of done in acid green, which really looks good. The STX is also finished in that. Really looks good, especially with this space white metallic. Just plastic covers here on your mirrors. As you can see there, we got just a really nice finish here to this Ford. Nothing fancy, just a little bit of trim here, or excuse me, light tint on the window. Coming here in the back, the same wheel and tire package for a 4 decal. Here we have your 5.5 foot bed. And coming here in the back, we got just a regular halogen taillights, no LEDs on this one here. You have to go to the fancier model, so the higher trims. Now coming here, the back guys, we got a really nice bumper. We do have body painted bumpers here in the back. We also have a receiver hitch ready to go. Now this F-150 with a 2.7 liters, towing about 8,500 pounds. I'm going to put that information for you guys up on the screen so you know what this F-150 is towing. I'm going to go ahead and open up the rear of our bed here, and you can see guys, this is not dampened at all, so you have to be careful opening up this bed here in the back of the STX. Now as you can see guys, this is a really base truck here. There's basically just paint and that's it. There's basically just a couple of storage spaces here in the back, one on each side here. As you can see there's no lights, there's no any power outlets here at all, so it's really basic here in the back. So but obviously you can option off those things off the different packages and trims. There's also no rear window here, power window, no facing camera, so really a base truck if you want to look at it that way. And obviously here in the bed, there's no rulers, nothing like that. As you can see, there's just basically a bottle opener, as you can see there right there. That's about it. Other than that, your basic base one here, you're looking at about 1,600 pounds of payload capacity in this XTX with this engine configuration. So that's as much you can carry in this F-150. So let's go ahead guys and raise this up again. Let's go ahead and it's not too bad, not that heavy at all. Put this back in its place. As you can see, we've got a reverse camera there, and I love that logo there. That goes really well against the space white. Coming here to the hood of this F-150 STX, let's go ahead and raise our hood. Then there are some hydraulic assistance. Thank you for putting those even in this Maze models. And here we have the 2.7 liter EcoBoost twin turbocharged V6. This is producing 325 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. This is going through a 10-speed automatic transmission, and of course this has got the 4x4 system that is option off on this XTX model. So really good system. Obviously we just got base 4x4 system on it. This is the basically your standard engine on these XTX models. The only other engine that is offered for these XTX models is the Coyote 5 liter V8. Those are basically the two engine options on this XTX. So you have to go to the XLT to have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost available for those. So unfortunately you cannot get the for example the hybrid engine on this one. You cannot get it here on this one here, but this is actually a pretty good engine. It has plenty of power if you're looking for some light towing or just basically need a light truck or a truck this size for light duties as well. But this is a fantastic engine. In terms of fuel economy, you're looking at 18 miles in the city and 23 highways, so it's actually pretty good in decent size. Of course, if you want the higher mileage or want the best mileage, you have to step onto a higher trim and get the power boost twin turbo 3.5 liter V6. But there we go. Here's the power plant of this XTX model. Pretty good power plant, plenty of torque. And all right, let's go ahead and drop the hood there. And here we go. And before we head inside of this F-150, let's go ahead and check out the sticker on this girl. Now, as you can see, guys, I'm going to put the sticker for this up on the screen for you guys. That looks a lot better than this. Quite a bit of reflection here in the window, but here I am, guys, here behind the camera, here behind my face. So we have a 2025 Ford F-150. Of course, it's a Super Crew 4x4. This one here starts out at just over $51,000. The only options on this truck is basically the electronic rear axle for $470. You're looking at $275 for the integrated kit. We also have got, of course, the XTX series, which is basically your base XTX or the XTX model for about $1,500, $50 for your first aid kit. And the total price on this truck for is including about $3,000 off discount savings. $52,465 is the price for this basically base XTX model. So it's actually not cheap, obviously, considering $50,000 is kind of your base truck. If you want something cheaper, you're gonna have to go a step down to something like this, an XLT, really base truck, as you can see, guys. So you gotta step up to the next level, which is with this one here, the XTX. And after that, of course, as I mentioned, the XLT models. And really funny, we got actually a mix of Oxford White, Star White, and then we have here the Space White, which is pretty cool. Ford gives you these three models if you want a white model or a white kind of color for your F-150. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the interior of this F-150. Let's start here in the back. As you can see, guys, we have the special XTX cloth interior, which is really nice. I really love these interiors. I prefer cloth interiors in Florida here because of the hot sun. Even though today was a really nice day, we're about in the high 60s today. Really beautiful day. We had a bit of a Active X cloth here or leather here for your elbows, and a little bit of really nice materials. Doesn't look too plastic, but it's got a really nice finish to that. We got a bit of dark gray look trim here, and we have, of course, a lot of space here to put your things. Little cup holder here for your water, soda, or your phone. And of course, we got no type of help here, no step or no running board here at all. So it kind of well put it up, because this truck is, even though it's not that high, it doesn't have any FX4 package or anything like that. It is a little higher than usual, and for somebody in the, obviously I'm not young, I'm close to 50 here, but it does take a little bit of step to get inside. So that's where you have a nice grab handle here as well. So coming here to the interior, guys, we got this awesome cloth seats. We got some acid green stitching, as you can see, guys. Really nice the way that is. Love that pattern of the stitching, and there's the colors. It feels really rough. I mean, not rough, but obviously pretty heavy, heavy duty type of cloth. Really like the way this feels. I wish they could offer this type of seats in a higher trim, but I prefer cloth seats, as I mentioned. So these seats do have the regular functionality of just bringing them up, have quite a bit of more storage space. Bring this up. There's our first aid kit is located actually underneath here of the second row of the seats here, as you can see. And you can also put your seats forward, as you can see there as well. We also have the jack here in the back, if anybody knows what it is. This here's a jack for your spare tire. But as you can see, guys, really good amount of ways you can configure the interior. Let's go ahead, guys, and jump in to see how roomy it is. All right, guys, so here we are inside of the F-150 STX. I obviously had a little bit of jumping, because obviously with no help from a running board, it's a little bit tougher to get inside, especially once you reach your mid 50 or you're clean into your 50s. Not as easy as when I was younger. But as you can see, it's really nice interior. We got a nice black headliner. The seats are awesome the way they feel. They got a little pocket here in the back, another pocket here also behind the driver's seat. Cup holders, we got AC vents, we got a pair of USB ports, and a 12-volt connection right there, as you can see there. So pretty good. Even though this is a base model, you have plenty of connections. All you're missing is basically a home, 3-prong connection, but then you can get those in a higher trims. But the seats feel fantastic. They feel very comfortable. You can actually have a really nice way of feeling. They're perfectly reclined, and as you can see, guys, no sunroof on this one. You can definitely option off a sunroof on the, but I think you have to go to the higher trim. We got the rest of the interior here, as you can see there. I love that acid green contrast stitching, as you can see there on this XTX models. But there you go, guys. Here's the interior of this XTX. All the trims, everything's pretty nice. It does feel good inside here. Plenty of room and really roomy as well. All right, let's get to the front. And coming down to the driver's side of this XTX F-150, guys. So one of the things that I mentioned is we have no longer that keypad here. That's basically a dealer install option for $455. I think it used to be like $90 or $100. Now they're charging quite a way too much. Unfortunately, we don't have no comfort access on this one, being more of a base model. Let's go ahead and open her up. And as you can see, guys, here we have basically the same pattern as in the rear. We got your Active X kind of imitation leather. We got the same type of pattern. Controls for your windows and mirrors, as you can see there, and plenty of storage space here on the bottom. We got a little bit of white stitching there, as you can see there. Coming to the interior, we got the same type of cloth, or this XTX special cloth seat. You can see, guys, we got that acid green contrast stitching there, which looks fantastic. I love this pattern of the seats. Feel comfortable. Got quite a bit of nice side bolstering as well. I like the way the seats are, and I wish they offered this type of seats in a higher trims, even on Lariats and even that. But you can see, guys, we got a plastic covered steering wheel, which is manually tilting the telescope, and we got a little more plastics. We got the American flag, as it should be. Controls here for your lights. We have here the button for your automatic on and off for the engine, if you want to shut that off. Parking brake, and of course your pedals, which here are non-adjustable. You can get those adjustable pedals in the higher trims as well. But as you can see, that's not bad of interior, especially for this price, but not cheap, but this is what you get. Let's go ahead, guys, and get inside. And here we are inside of this F-150 STX. As you can see, guys, pretty nice interior. Even though this is a lower trim, you still got your 12-inch digital information system here. We got your 12-inch gauge cluster, and overall pretty nice interior. Even though we don't have the fancier finishes or the fancier materials in this truck, still pretty nice for what it is. We got an open upper glove box that says 150, and of course here at the bottom we got your lower glove box. We got a bit of a darker gray glossy finish, as you can see there. Of course, the button here for that will be here, but then we have no upper glove box. Here on the right hand side, we got your home connection there, and we got a 12-volt connection as well. Singles AC and all that for you. Let's go ahead and get this truck started before we go on. Now, of course, being a lower model, just take out your key, kind of old school. Gotta grab the key and insert it into the hole here. Let me go ahead and put that in there, guys, for us. And let's go ahead and start this up. And so we got everything getting started. As you can see, guys, your built tough system. Let's go ahead and drop the volume on this radio right there. So a very nice interior, still basically similar as any other F-150, except of course the materials and all the fancy equipment you get with the higher trims. But this is for the base model is not bad, but obviously $52,000 is not still kind of cheap enough, not to give you much. But obviously it is what it is with today's trucks. But You can see it's very nice interior. Starting up here, we got your 12-inch screen here, as I mentioned before. So we got no more navigation on this STX. Before, if you get a 22.4 STX, you'll still have navigation, but 2025 Ford has dropped that. I guess they kind of dropped the price as well, so they're gonna drop some things off the truck too. So we got your audio here. We got a 6-speaker base audio for this truck, which doesn't sound bad at all. Here on the side, we got your phone connection. We got also your favorites here as well. We got of course phone list. We got Apple CarPlay, Android, all your basic things here. Email things you can actually add, towing, zone lighting, everything here. Also, we got some applications here. As you can see, apps. We got the mobile phone app. We got YouTube as well. You can watch now for 2025 and other things you can add as well. We got the settings here, and of course we got also favorites here, or the things, or features, excuse me, not favorites. Driver assistance, zone lighting, towing, all the things you can add some more things as well. We have here your second widget here to put anything on from any other screen here. You can also put some things that you can see there on the center console for here on your center screen. So pretty cool the way that is, as you can see, guys. So really nice system and really quick to the response here. This is still a Sync 4 system. I don't know if Ford will do any Google system like they have in the Explorer coming to the F-150. Probably maybe 2026 around they'll improve the system or make that Google system available on this F-150s. On the bottom here, guys, we got just basically all volume or all manual control here for your radio. All that kind of stuff here is down here. We got really nice knobs here. If you got gloves, easy to handle. On this STX, you only get a single zone AC here, unfortunately, but that's cool, pretty nice. As you can see, they're pretty nice space, and I like that it's all physical buttons, really easy to operate. Down here, guys, we got just a couple of USB ports, a lot of space here to store things here as well. Cup holders, my phone is right here. Plenty of storage space right here, as you can see there. And if we lift the center console, we got a really nice all soft leather here with a bit of kind of light gray stitching. We got a bit of a tray here down here, plenty of storage space. There's no types of other connections here at all, but unless you go to a higher trim, but that's not bad at all here considering the base trim. So we closed it up back up there. We got really nice dark trim here on the sides. We got a little more storage here on the side of the console, center console. Coming back here, we got your controls for the 4x4, kind of 2 high, 4 high, basically 4 low, and we got no 4 automatic, just basically all those 3 settings. But we have also drive modes as well. Yes, the vehicle's on, and of course our door is ajar. As you can see, guys, we got, in terms of modes, we got sport, we got eco, towing, we got normal, slippery, and we also got some semi-off-road one as well. We don't have any really off-road ability here, but you still get some of the modes as well. If you push the button here, you're gonna lock the rear axle, and of course here we got a brake trade controller as well. No trailer assist on this one, as you can see there, but you can option it off as well if you want that on this F-150. Coming up here, guys, we just got a black headlight, as I mentioned before. We got a place to put your sunglasses, the controls for lights, and of course no sunroof. That's an option you can get as well on these trucks, and no home link either, so the home link is also one of the options you can get. Coming back here to the steering wheel, we got just basically a base no leather or nothing like that. This is just kind of plastic steering wheel. Controls for your regular adaptive cruise control, and as I mentioned, you can get Blue Cruise on this one, but you have to go to a higher trim. And as I mentioned, the 3-year Blue Cruise is no longer an option. You have to go by either by year or by month, the subscription of that. I have not tried Blue Cruise at all yet. Hopefully in the future I'll get one in my hands on. I have to go to the highway and actually get one, so I might have to get a press truck to actually get and experience that Ford Blue Cruise. Hopefully I'll bring that to you guys in the next few months or very soon. As you can see, guys, we got your 12.3-inch cluster here, which is really nice. We got, of course, your tag, and of course, depending on the modes, we're gonna switch it to sport mode, and we're gonna check that out. So we got a little more different modes. So kind of in the reddish here, as you can see there. So that gives us a little bit more of a sporting LCD screen display. But other than that, guys, this is also adjustable, as I mentioned before, and you got controls here for your wipers, and of course, guys, here we have your column mounted shifter. We have the positive negative button right there. We got your manual button here on the right at the end, so this relieves a lot of space here for your center console. Instead of having your shifter here, we have it here on the column, which is kind of depending on the preference of the person, but I kind of like it there as well. It doesn't really matter, but sometimes I find it easier to be here, but depends on the truck as well. So now that we have the door closed, I just want to mention you guys, the front windows do have basically automatic up and down. So we press those up, those come down up automatically. Not the rear windows, unfortunately, but it's not too bad considering the base, the baseness of this truck, just above XLT. So I really like this STX. Of course, you can put a little more stuff into this truck, but that's the way they put it. But as you can see, let's go ahead, I guess, and go out for a test drive. Let's put our column shifter in reverse. We have our big screen camera, as you can see there. We have all the truck screen behind us, and of course you can gonna go down in your receiver, and we can get a little bit extra cameras. Not many options here, as you can see there. You can go back to the side screen, but there we go, guys. Pretty simple, pretty limited amount of cameras, but at least you get a nice big camera here in the back for going back, as you can see there. So, and of course we got the rear sensors there as well. Really awesome to have. All right, let's go and hit a drive, guys. We are on sport mode, and let's go ahead, guys, and head out for a small test drive here. And make sure there's nobody coming here on this side. Very quiet truck. Obviously, this 2.7 liter turbocharged inline V6, excuse me, not an inline six. No, obviously the inline six is on the Rams, not on the F-150s. So really good engine. Obviously, this engine, I've had their, obviously they're not terribly unreliable. I think they're pretty reliable, especially now the more modern ones. The early ones, I know Ford has some issues with them, but this is a more modern version of this engine. I think Ford has improved them quite a bit, even the 3.5 liter and the power boost engine as well. So this is probably a great engine, especially if you don't want, to kind of be on the lighter side of fuel savings, and has decent good power, especially for towing. But very smooth the way the truck feels, quiet as well. So we got nice 20-inch wheels, which are actually, all season tires, not all terrain tires or anything like that. So should be a pretty quiet ride. Good feeling brake pedal. And we got nobody coming. Let's go ahead and guys and go. And nice off the line, very smooth, barely feel the shifts. Super smooth and pretty torquey engine. You got 400 pound-feet of torque right off, lower RPM. So right off the bat, it feels fantastic. I mean, a really good engine. Obviously, it's only me in the truck, and there's no cargo or anything like that. So it does feel pretty good. We do have that lane keep assist here. As you can see, I can feel that tugging on the steering wheel. So Ford is still offering, they have a little more fancier stuff of the Ford. Kind of Copilot 360. You got lane keep assist. You got also all type of truck, basically driver assistance. But obviously I like to drive, so I like to keep myself intact. But feels fantastic. We're going about 55, but we go up a little higher. Got some good boost. You see, guys, this has got some good acceleration at higher speeds. That torque really helps out. Pretty quiet. There's a little bit of wind noise around the mirrors, but other than that, about decent highway speeds, it's pretty quiet. The suspension feels pretty settled down. I'm surprised. Obviously, the base models of these trucks usually have a very, I would say, kind of jumpy, or not unstable, but kind of, you feel like kind of a, jumping up and down. This is actually pretty stable. I think Ford definitely. I've driven quite a bit of these trucks, and this is probably the smoothest stock suspension I felt in a while. Let's see if we go over the bumps. Yeah, this thing feels a lot more settled, not as nervous feeling as when you have maybe just the wheelbase, but some trucks you can feel that thing just kind of feels nervous all around when you're driving with a base suspension, or very uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but just very feels uneven, or feels like it's always bumping on something. But this actual suspension feels great on this truck. Obviously we got no FX4 package, nothing like that, so we just got the base suspension on this. Let's see how this turns in. It turns in pretty good. Let me give a little bit of a boost here. Yeah, she's got some good power. This Tik Tok engine is no slouch. It's got plenty of power for every day. Feels great. Doesn't feel that much unpowered as the 3.5 liter engine. Obviously a lot torqueier than the V8, even though they got similar torque ratings, but the V8 you have to rev it up. If you guys want to watch my recent 2024 Tremor with the V8, that's a great engine. It sounds fantastic. Obviously much better than this V6's, but obviously it's not as torquey, in that type of sense. If you prefer power to the noise, you gotta go with the EcoBoost. If you prefer the noise, the macho V8, then you gotta go with the Coyote V8, which is an option on this STXs as well. I had the brakes a little bit here. Yeah, the brakes feel good. Obviously the handling of this thing feels pretty decently light. I mean, it's not like a heavy feeling truck. It's a truck, but obviously it doesn't feel, it feels pretty decently light on its feet, considering it's a truck. Nice 7 Series there. Sorry, just adjusting my camera a little bit, guys. But yeah, this thing feels great. Definitely feels refined. I believe Ford has worked on the refinement of the suspension in this base truck, because this thing before felt, jittery, kind of bouncy, not super stable. But now this thing feels pretty good, to be honest with you. Obviously, we got some 20-inch wheels, which I think there might be the difference. There's so many different ways you can option off your F-150 in terms of suspension, wheel and tire packages, on and off road, whatever you have. So this feels actually pretty comfortable, to be honest. Now, in terms of the ergonomics, you can see, guys, everything's on your fingertips. Even though this is plastic, it doesn't feel bad in your hands. Everything's here at your fingertips. You can see, guys, everything is pretty quick to the touch. Your radio here sounds pretty decent, and for what you get, I mean, if you want just more of a work truck, this is perfect. You got plenty of electronics, connections. You got Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff here. And of course, you're missing a little more, maybe USB port. Maybe you want to have a wireless charging pad. You can also most likely get that as well. There's always types of packages that make it go a little bit better in options. Let's go ahead and get this turned in, guys. Here, we get a little bit of more of a flip here. Oh yeah, sport sheet goes down quickly. Super smooth, the transmission too. You can barely feel the transmission, which I know Ford has worked on. This feels really good and smooth. You can barely feel the shifts, and this thing in sport was pretty quick. Let's go ahead and switch out of sport mode, and let's go ahead and go to normal, just normal, and then we'll settle down. The transmission will be a little bit more relaxed, as you can see right there, kind of shifted up, and we'll drop just normal. Drop the stereo a little bit here, not to have YouTube get mad about that. But here we go, really nice here. Now there's a little bit of bump here that I'm used to here, and we'll check how that feels. No, very smooth for a truck. Yeah, this is I believe Ford has definitely refined the ride on this one. As I remember, I've driven quite a bit of XLT models and this base models, and this is the smoothest one I have driven yet. Wow, really impressed with this truck. And then this does not have any type of FX4 package or nothing like that. Considering the tremor, this actually rides a little bit smoother than the tremor, I'll be honest. Obviously it's not that suspension set up way differently, but yeah, this thing feels fantastic for the price. $52,000. Obviously it's not not a cheap truck, considering $50,000 is quite a bit of money. I believe former F-150s in this range used to be in the maybe mid 30s, high 30s, but the 20 grand on top. But that's just the way it is, guys, with trucks anyways. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. This is a good package, great engine, 4 doors, plenty of power, good amenities. I love this cloth seats for Florida. I absolutely love this cloth seats. I wish I can get this cloth seats, for example, and the Toronto does have this type of cloth seats, but I love this type of seating better. I would love a Lariat with this type of seats. I don't know, I think the Lariat has some silver seating that are available for 2025, but it all depends. But yeah, this is a fantastic truck, no doubt. Ford has done a good job in refining them. That's why they sell a lot of them. That's why they're the best-selling car in America. Yeah, the acceleration on this is fantastic. Super. I'm not even pushing it all the way. It's a brand new engine, but this thing just really fantastic torque, really smooth, like a little turbine engine. Really refined powertrain, to be honest. Ford has done a good job considering the Fox. But let me know what you guys think. Would you buy this truck with a 2.7 liter, or would you stop? Obviously you cannot get the 3.5 liter in these XTXs. You have to go to the XLT to get the power boost engine. But this is a great combination of truck, and for the money, I mean, considering it is what it is, it's actually pretty good. Obviously, if you want something more powerful, you have to spend another 10 grand at least going to a Lariat with a 3.5 liter EcoBoost or the power boost engine, which Ford's pushing right now. So let me know what you guys think. Will you take this V6 or the V8? I know a lot of people go with the V8, but this thing's actually got some great torque. Can't go wrong with this EcoBoost engine at all, especially with a little more fuel economy as well. All right, guys, thank you very much. Coming into conclusion, big thank you again to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this F-150, and big thank you to my friend Tim as well. Let me know in the comments. Let me see if you guys think this is a great truck or not. Considering the price, there's quite a bit of inventory. As you can see, guys, I have a ton of Super Duties here as well, so you can choose it. And this is a good dealership. They don't treat you as bad before. So All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you guys made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. And all right, guys, $52,000. Is it fair for a base truck? But it's a pretty nice truck, to be honest with you. Considering if you want fancier seats or heated seats, yeah, you have to go step up a little more. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good value. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a fantastic evening or day wherever you are, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.